You know that feeling? It's late, you're alone with your screen, and it hits you the career you've spent years building might be coming apart. Let me tell you about Andrew Miller. He's 43, sitting in his Silicon Valley office when an email arrives that changes everything. The project team he leads is being disbanded in 3 months. The company is outsourcing the work using AI and automation overseas. Staring at the code on his screen, a scary thought crosses his mind. At my age, do I really have to compete with new graduates for entry-level coding jobs? He opens LinkedIn and sees updates from former colleagues. One became a life coach. Another, after an 18-month gap, found a remote customer service job paying just 60% of what they used to earn. What scared him even more was realizing his 20 years of project management experience were losing value fast because of new AI tools. Andrew's nights were split in two. First, tossing and turning, worrying about mortgages and tuition. Then, nightmares of his resume drowning in a sea of AI-generated applications. He signed up for the company's Python training but couldn't keep up with colleagues in their 20s. He said, "I feel like an old device system keeps telling me to upgrade, but I can't find a way." Maybe you're not Andrew, but have you ever lain awake at night feeling the career path under you cracking? Have you ever worried your hard-earned skills could become irrelevant overnight? In this video, we're not here to add to your anxiety. We're here to talk about a way through. We're going to walk through that fear and build a bridge to a new professional reality for you. Andrew's story isn't unique. It's a perfect example of a new kind of career transformation fear. Through our research, we've found 3 sharp, specific pain points. Let's see how many feel familiar to you. First, the fear of losing a good salary and the social status that comes with it. In our society, your pay is often tied to your sense of worth and where you stand. Data shows over 54% of working people regret their career path, and salary is the biggest reason. For someone like Andrew, the idea of going from project manager to a junior role isn't just about pay, it's also about the looks from colleagues, the whispers from neighbors, the awkwardness at family gatherings. Here's a small thing you can try. Grab a pen and paper. List out the lifestyle your current salary supports. Now imagine if your income dropped by 30%. What could you adjust? Second, the crisis of skills becoming outdated and the identity that goes with them. Your job isn't just a job. It's a big part of how you see yourself. Research shows a huge 85% of people are worried AI will impact their roles, and over 67% think it'll happen within 5 years. This pre-worry, anxiety about a shakeup that hasn't happened but feels inevitably eating away at our confidence. Try this. Introduce yourself to a friend in 3 sentences without using your job title. Instead of "I am a project manager," try "I'm good at bringing people together to solve complex problems." Third, the uncertainty of the path ahead and the shaky support systems. When you finally decide to look for help, you find the support out there isn't as solid as you hoped. Data shows that in times of uncertainty, nearly 70% of employees worry about the state of things, and almost half are concerned about their personal finances. Even scarier is the pressure gap. Many of us don't even realize how stressed we are, which makes support systems less effective, leaving each of us to face these big challenges alone. Here's a practical step. Spend 10 minutes searching for career training resources in your area. List 3 possible options and see how feasible they really are. These 3 pain points form an invisible cage, trapping so many Andrews. So, where's the way out? When we're stuck, it's natural to look for answers in books. Faced with this kind of fear, our first instinct is to find a ready-made solution. In popular thinking, Charles Duhigg's best-selling book, The Power of Habit, gives a classic answer. The book's core wisdom has 2 parts. First, the small win strategy. Don't try to do everything at once. Instead, set a goal so small you can't possibly fail. Here's how you can start. Right now, set a too small, to fail learning goal. Something like, today, I'll spend 5 minutes watching an intro video about Python. Second, reshape your habit loop. Find the old habits linked to your professional identity and replace them with new, adaptive ones. Give this a try. Identify one old thought that holds you back and design a new one. When you think, I'm too old to learn this, change it to, many people older than me have successfully made this change. Are these methods useful? Absolutely. But are they enough? Not quite. Why? Because they are essentially a static solution. The power of habit teaches us how to fix parts on a ship. But when the whole ocean is stormy and the old maps don't work anymore, we need a completely different kind of wisdom for sailing. This new wisdom doesn't come from a Western management book. It comes from a very practical kind of philosophy. This new wisdom comes from a powerful, practical idea. Cross the river by feeling the stones. It means that in a river of uncertainty, you don't need a perfect map. You just need to bend down, reach out, feel how solid the next stone is, take a step, and then feel for the next one. Based on this powerful approach, we've created a new 4-week iterative growth plan for anyone to follow. It works in a cycle. Practice, reflect, learn, practice again. Week 1 is about breaking through the mental block and just getting started. The goal isn't to learn a bunch of new skills, but to break the inertia of getting going. The practice is simple. Spend 15 minutes daily exploring a free AI tool. Contact one friend outside your industry for a quick 20-minute chat. Key actions. Start a learning log to jot down your daily discoveries. In your conversations, ask how others see the value of your skills in different fields. Your weekend reflection template. 1. My biggest discovery this week was something. 2. I notice my main mental resistance comes from something. 3. An unexpected gain was something. The big idea here is my resistance often comes from overestimating how hard it will be and underestimating how useful my current skills can be elsewhere. Here's a small thing to try right now. Send a message to one person outside your industry and ask for a 20-minute call. Week 2, low-cost experiments, exploring new possibilities. Now, based on what you found in week 1, start trying some small, concrete crossover explorations. Your practice. Join a short-term online crossover project or simulation. Try describing your skill set to 3 people, but without using your industry's jargon. Key actions. Write down how others interpret your skills in new ways. Collect at least 3 ideas for how your skills could be used in different areas. Your weekend reflection. 1. When I introduced myself in a new way, people reacted by something. 2. The most valuable discovery in the crossover project was something. The big idea here is, I don't need a brand new identity. I just need to build a bridge that connects my old skills to new fields. Your small practice. Pick one small online project. Get involved and complete one small task. Just notice how it feels and what you learn along the way. Week 3. Build a flexible skill set and a learning loop. Now it's time to start mapping your abilities more systematically and creating a cycle for continuous learning. Your practice. Sort your abilities into 3 types: technical know-how, people skills, and learning agility. Your ability to learn and adapt. Start the learn, apply, share cycle. Key actions. Share something you've learned at least once a week. Start an opportunity log to note down any new possibilities that pop up. Your weekend reflection. 1. An unexpected benefit of sharing publicly with something. 2. In what ways are my people skills a unique advantage? The big idea here is, learning out in the open doesn't just help you understand better. It can also attract unexpected opportunities. My people skills are a lasting asset that AI can't easily replace. Your small practice. Share one thing you learned this week on LinkedIn or in a community. Use this simple format: I learn, I discovered, I plan to. See what happens. Week 4. Bring it all together and design your personal system. In this final stage, you'll establish your own rhythm for growth and a new sense of identity. Your practice. Define yourself using 3 labels that aren't job titles. Design your own weekly growth rhythm and a simple way to check your progress. Key actions. Create a simple personal dashboard to track a few key things. Design a quick weekly review ritual for yourself. Your weekend reflection. 1. How do my new identity labels help me see new opportunities? 2. What kind of growth rhythm suits me best? Here's a key realization. My value isn't a job title. It's this dynamic, living mix of my abilities and my relationships. And my security doesn't come from a stable position, but from knowing I can adapt. Let's lock in this idea. Our value isn't a single position. It's this whole network of skills and relationships. And our real safety net is our own ability to roll with the changes. Here's a small, practical thing you can do this week. Create a simple weekly plan. Just focus on 4 areas: learning something new, putting it into practice, connecting with someone, and taking a moment to reflect. Then, just start. The heart of this system is a simple shift, from being someone who just follows the transformation manual to being someone who actively designs their own path forward. You stop waiting for someone to come and save your career. Instead, you pick up the tools and become the one who builds it. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds good, but does it actually work? That's a fair question. Let me tell you about my friend Mark. Mark was a 38-year-old operations manager in US manufacturing. When AI started changing everything, he felt trapped and hopeless, just like Andrew did. In his first week, he just spent 15 minutes a day learning about ChatGPT, and he reached out to an old friend in tech. His friend surprised him by saying, "Your hands-on factory experience is actually really valuable in tech." The second week, he joined an online workshop about digital change. He wasn't a tech expert, but his real-world experience meant his ideas were practical and people loved them. Then in week 3, he simply shared what he was learning on LinkedIn. Out of the blue, a small consulting company reached out with a project. By week 4, he'd gained so much confidence, he started calling himself an efficiency optimization expert. He built a steady weekly learning habit and even started making short videos to share his thoughts. Here is the key thing. Mark didn't become a completely different person. He just built his own personal system for growth, one that worked for him. He told me, "I'm not scared of being left behind anymore. I've learned how to cross the river by feeling the stones. Even if one stone is wobbly, I know how to find my balance and spot the next one. So if Mark can do it, and Andrew can find his way, I'm absolutely convinced that you can do it too." A sociologist named Zygmunt Bauman had a great way of putting it. He said, "We've moved from a solid world to a liquid one." That means your career is no longer like climbing a single, solid mountain. It's more like navigating a flowing river. You're not just climbing, you're steering. So first, let's be real. There's no perfect one-size-fits-all guidebook out there that's just going to slot you into a new perfect job. And please, don't ever believe that the fear you feel late at night is just a sign that you're not trying hard enough. It's not you, the game itself has changed. But here's what I want you to trust. In this ever-moving river, every single stone you touch, every step you take for yourself becomes part of your own solid path forward. And trust that when you start seeing change, not as a one-time event, but as an ongoing practice, a way of life, the fear starts to lose its power over you. Let me leave you with 3 deeper thoughts. First, it's about principle over method. The 4-week plan is the how, but the real why is that mindset of trying, learning, and adjusting. Second, your journey is your own. Mark's story is just an example. What we're giving you is a toolkit and a way of thinking, not a script to copy. And third, this is the big one. Knowing isn't enough. You have to take that first step. The biggest trap is getting all the ideas but never starting. Because real change doesn't happen in a perfect plan. It happens the moment you bend down and feel for that very first stone. So here is your choice. Will you stay stuck in that late-night office of fear, like Andrew was? Or will you start today, right now, in the next 15 minutes, to reach out and find your first stone? Go all in, practice, take notes, reflect, and grow. Build for yourself the unshakable confidence and freedom that comes from being the navigator of your own life. And remember, you're not alone on this river. We're all learning how to navigate these waters together. Every time we feel for a stone, every little attempt and adjustment, it makes us stronger and more resilient. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I know this path isn't easy, but every great journey begins with one small step. I truly hope the ideas in this video give you a practical starting point. If this video resonated with you, please pass it on to a friend who might need to hear this message. Until next time, I'm wishing you all the best as you find your own stones and make your way to the other side. See you next time